exactly the spot she cast it at before she cast, he wouldn't notice. He can do an intelligence check or an investigation check to see if he, realizes that it's an illusion though, and that she's just bullshitting him.
I
Yeah,
was just about to ask, was there a role for that?
yeah, it's less that and more that I'm like trying to figure out like I'll go ahead and say like he's fooled by the illusion. In part because I like that from like a roleplay perspective, in part because like it just makes fucking sense for him to just be like, oh my gosh. The thing for me is I'm just trying to figure out like how he would actually react to that.
Oh yeah, by all means, take your time in that regard.
No.
Oh, so okay, so suddenly we're recording. Hello world. Okay.
Greetings, planet.
Okay. It'll be alright. Okay. So he just kind of staggers back, looks at the bucket, looks at you. He just kind of stammers, looking for some more angry words, and can't seem to find justification for it. He just kind of sputters and stares at you for a minute, and just tell me next time. And like,
oh yeah, tell you next time, so that you can basically stand there and look up as you get hit by the bucket. Come on, cut me some slack. Don't look at me down like I'm a peasant just because of the way that I look. Have some compassion in your life for those. Damn it, I'm doing it again. At which point she would like turn and like just walk off a bit, just sort of like waving backwards in a dismissive manner.
Huh. He he spends a few more moments just like sputtering and before deciding that he's going to show you compassion by disregarding the incident, I suppose, and goes on about his way, kind of fuming, and as well as like brushing off his shoulder. He gets about like 20 feet, stops, turns around, grumbles even more loudly as he goes back to the thing he was actually trying to accomplish before he got run into. So yeah, there would have been a bit of a commotion, and I believe that would have been something that, at the very least, Higgs and Olbert and Azrael would have seen. Olbert, with his exceptional perception check, probably would have actually noticed not only the interaction but also the spell being cast. Wouldn't have been anything major in any regard. It is just a cantrip. It's not too big of a deal, but the clever use of it may have caught your attention, potentially.
I think we just found a new party member, folks. All right. Oliver, get off the table. Olbert, you're coming with me. We're going to meet this person. Get the potato out of your mouth. Let's go. And we walk up to the mysterious woman after the whole scuffle.
Would you be like moving to cut her off, or just like approaching from the side and be like, hey, or
approaching from the side?
Okay.
So what exactly do you say to her? Like how do you approach her?
Well, it would be more like, hello, I'm not sure of your name, but Margaret, okay. Well, of course we don't know that yet.
No, I assume that that's like how you're like coming up to her, like asking, what's your name? She's
Yeah.
replying,
Hello,
Margaret.
what's your name? We noticed that you were having a scuffle with the nobleman who was just window shopping.
And your point is, do I know you?
Well, my friend here.
Did you take his wallet?
Whoa.
What do you mean, did I
Using a
take his
voice
wallet?
changer.
Yeah. What do you mean, did I take his wallet? Of course I didn't take his wallet. I may look like a bum, but I'm not a bum.
Old bear, calm down. Miss, I'm sorry. But you look like someone who could use not only some coin, but to be able to get out of your current condition. Because I'm not going to lie, you don't look like you're any worse for wear.
She just kind of looks you over like once or twice.
He, by the way, is a fairly tall human clad in some rather gothic armor with a really grotesque sword on his back. Seemingly flanked by a rather attractive bard and a dead wizard.
She really wouldn't be paying much attention to the wizard or the bard, but she would be looking at that sword and your armor. Are you with the church?
No, I was.
Huh. Me
But
too.
I'm actually happy you noticed. Oh? What church?
Church of Soon. You?
I was with an order of Grey Paladins.
What'd you get kicked out for?
Not necessarily kicked. More like assassinated by one of their own members.
Do go on. If nothing else, at this point, you've piqued my interest.
Well, I guess... Sorry, go on.
No, nothing.
Okay. Well, if you want to continue the story, let's go find some place to sit and we can continue.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I don't have anything else to do. I never have anything else to do. Fuck everything.
I like this person.
Well, besides that, apparently you like pissing off rich people, which is already a plus in my book.
It's not that I have anything against rich people. I'm doing it again. It has nothing to do with that. I bumped into him. He was going to make a big fuss about it. I just handled the situation in such a way that it basically resulted in him just leaving me the hell alone.
I would have just killed him.
Old bear.
I mean, that's your prerogative, but
It's
that's
Olbert.
not great.
Excuse me?
Olbert, I'm sorry. Calm down. Oliver, can you stop playing the lute? I'm trying to think.
This is the party you're inviting me to be a part of?
Yeah.
Look, I know we don't look like it, but one of our party members just told us to pretty much screw ourselves and pretty much left us after we've been tasked for finding the king's jester, who just so happens to be an adopted son to him. So
She'd kind of like, in
Sorry,
response, she'd kind of like put one of her hands up and start like rubbing her temples, with her spare hand, her left hand. They're doing it to me again. She says under her breath, not really at anybody in particular.
Doing what again?
You're not familiar with the Church of Sune, are you?
No. I've heard of them, but I'm not familiar.
She lets out a long sigh. So, okay, you want to talk about the past? Buy me a drink. Let's sit down. Let's talk. I've got nothing to do. You're obviously coming to talk to me because you saw me using magic. That means I'm better than most of the folks out here, but you may not like the sort of magic that I have once you hear the story. So you know what? Fuck it. Let's go. Point me in the direction of the bar.
Well, there's just one just around the corner.
Damn.
If you point in a direction, she's going to immediately start walking in that direction.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Y'all would make your way. It'd probably be like block and a half.
I am going to burn you if you keep playing the
It would
Oh,
probably
boy.
be about a block and a half or so, maybe 2 blocks. Like a little bit of a walk just to keep it separate from like what would be a crowded and otherwise clean part of the neighborhood that would be the town square before you would find yourself a bar. You would find one though without too much trouble. Still being kind of early in the day, like early afternoon. It's not very busy at all. So it would be pretty empty. You would be able to get pretty quick service. You get yourself a seat at the bar. You could pick a table, whatever you felt like. You've got basically the run of the tavern at this particular point in the day.
Well, we go to pretty much the counter and just, all right, barkeep, what's your strongest you got?
Absinthe.
What
Um,
alcohol?
He kind of perks a brow at the request and smirks a little bit. He's like, "You want the strongest we got? Are
The
you
young
absolutely
ladies,
sure about?"
the young lady's requesting a drink, and I'm happy to oblige.
At this point, she would interject. Who said I wanted the strongest drink? Barkeep, just get me a mead. Christ's sake, you trying to get in my pants?
Maybe.
Barkeep kind of laughs and he's like, "One mead coming up." Turns around, goes to preparing the drink. It doesn't take him long before he sets it in front of you, but you would have a little bit.
How much?
Cheap as balls. I don't remember.
Maybe like a couple gold.
Oh, not
I
gold, like silver, copper?
yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Oh god, there has to be some fucking division into that, and I don't remember it.
10 silver is 1 gold. 10 copper is one silver. Basically, think of the copper as a penny, silver as a dime, gold as a dollar.
I'm an
Hey.
American.
Well,
Stop with your metric propaganda.
I'll just give him a gold piece and just leave it at that.
At which
Okay.
point she's gonna say, "Okay, well, if he's giving you a gold piece, then fuck it. Get me some sort of beef sandwich while you're at it."
Okay. Sure. Yeah. He goes about finding you something pretty simple, but does provide you with a meal. Um, it wouldn't be too terribly much, but it would be something that would be pretty filling, probably. So he gets you that. He gets you the drink. Um, so yeah, it would take him a little bit to prepare it all, but he would get it to you. So while you're waiting, feel free to do as you please, I suppose.
So, about this church.
Why don't you? Okay, I tell you what. I'll go first then, since basically as soon as the food gets here, I'm gonna be digging into that. So the Church of Soon. The Church of Soon is a church all about love, inner beauty and outer beauty, because everything is beautiful and great and wonderful and fuck.
I hate them.
It's garbage. It's all garbage. I was a. Ugh. Stop. Okay. I I was an acolyte, fully
Mhm.
dedicated to this. Absolutely, it was my everything. It was the one thing I wanted to do in life. Perfectly happy to do it. Finally get to the point where I'm about to become a cleric, about to realize my dream. Something happens. The hallucinogenics that they use as part of the vision test, shit went wrong. I'm told, sorry, you can't be a cleric, you've got dirty blood. I was excommunicated from my church.
Sounds like them.
Uh,
So tell me about. So knowing that, I mean, you still are interested in dealing with me because most people aren't.
I was murdered by a former great paladin. If you know the name, please let me know if you know anything about him. His name is Alterac.
Not familiar with an Alterac.
Shit. Fine. Well,
hey,
during a mission, we were sent to cleanse a village that was under attack by undead. And ironically enough, I was sent there on my own. Half of my platoon is dead. And me being surrounded with my only other companion, Alterac, decides to kill me and turn tail. I was resurrected by a lich.
hi.
Not you. You're an undead mage.
Damn
You're not a lich. Otherwise, we'd have to talk.
it.
A lich that just so happens to go by the name
Uncle Bob?
of. He gave me two options: either stay here and die and have my corpse being feasted upon by the countless undead he summoned, or get revenge and be summoned back as a dreadnought. Guess which option I took?
Well, you're not occupying some phylactery somewhere for the lich, so yeah, pretty obvious decision. What
After
about these
that,
two chuckle fucks you're traveling with?
Hey,
we're
I'm just
friends.
here to try to kill this guy.
Here we go.
So we were all tasked by the king to meet in his castle about his jester, who's been missing for about 3 weeks from what he's saying. We've picked up some information that he's last been seen in 2 weeks and he's been acting strange. Anything else? I'm not sure. Oliver, shush. The grown-ups are talking. Oliver, shush. Olbert, keep Oliver in line. Make sure you have burning hands ready. Or better yet, find a cliff. Can you do that?
That's an impressive power that you have. Do you just innately sense cliffs?
Bards, I'm telling you, right?
Barkeep turns around. He's like, "Hold on, now are you burning hands? Is someone going to be setting my bar on fire?"
No, not yet.
No, and I'll make sure to it.
I'm going to burn this part one day.
At least wait until I get my fucking sandwich.
Well, I would like to also have the money that I just spent not wasted as well.
He kind of cuts his eyes at a few of you as he's setting the plate down in front of Margaret.
Look, barkeep, I promise you, nothing will happen to this bar, okay?
Certainly hope not.
I give you my word.
Seeing as y'all seem to be caught up in your own conversations, he parts himself away from y'all and goes about what he's doing. Also, interestingly, apparently mead is not even on the list of like food and drink stuff. Ale is there, but mead isn't listed.
How
But I
much
guess
is it?
ale
Ale's-
is 2 silver for a gallon.
Wow.
Yeah, that sounds
And
about
That's
right.
mead would be a little bit more expensive than that, I think.
Yeah, because it uses honey, and honey is, believe it or not, rarer than alcohol.
Uh-huh.
So,
So it'd probably be like maybe 5 silver.
well, I mean, that's 2 silver for a gallon of ale. A mug of ale is 4 copper. So if we were to say that like a mug of mead would be like a silver, that seems like pretty reasonable.
Yeah, okay.
And so a modest meal is 3 silver. So I should probably actually like see about refunding some money to y'all because I overcharged the shit out of you.
Just keep the 1 gold. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah, we'll call it a tip. It's fine.
When tips weren't even a thing.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah,
Some
but
merchants like jackpot.
What?
yeah.
he frames that 1 gold coin.
But yeah, he appreciates it. He gives some thanks for it, and amidst all the things going on and stuff.
All right, now where were we?
Margaret was actually just about to ask, so you're looking for a jester, huh? And
Yes,
that led you guys into this town?
yes, sir.
What did he look like?
Ma'am.
Don't care.
We hold up I pull out the portrait that one of the king's handlers gave us for just a general description of what he looks like. And I proceed to tell her that we don't even know his name. It was just the jester, and that he was brought in as a child. His parents were dead or abandoned him, and he was raised by the king and queen. Practically brought in as royalty.
The picture that he shows you does in fact look somewhat familiar.
Yep. In
Yeah,
fact,
the
she's kind of gonna like lean into the picture. If this is based on the stuff that you told me
yeah.
before, yeah.
Mhm.
She kind of leans into the picture, takes a good look at it, thinks for a moment, kind of like fiddles with her hair with her left hand for a moment. I've seen him.
Where?
It would have been it would have been a little while ago. I was making my way up through Kurik, and he
Excuse me.
looked like he had been on the road a couple of days. He didn't look great, but he looked exactly like he did in that portrait, almost those same exact clothes. I'd swear. Um, I overheard him say a few things. Didn't catch a name. Didn't really catch much of anything. Was really paying a whole lot of attention to it. But that dress he was in, just stuck with me. There was just something about it because it's not something that you'd see everybody around here wearing, at least not in Kuruk.
What did he
Is that all
say? Or
pretty accurate?
what? Yeah. What did he mumble? If you could recall for me.
If I had the words, I'd be happy to give them to you. At this point, they trying to think back to them. A mumble. I might have heard mention of a horse or a donkey. That's about all I got. It was very brief. It was
Shit.
clothes, though. Clothes.
What about his clothes tipped you off?
As I said, they're just not something that you'd see around Kurik. I mean, not like that. Normally, people, from what I have observed, most people, and again, because was a part of the part of the churches soon, because I was a part of the church, and we were focused so much on beauty, inside and out. Yes, I take stock in the kind of clothes and presence that people present themselves with.
Hmm.
Most people, when they're going out, they attempt to be nice, clean, or the opposite, farm workers. He was somewhere in between. It's like he was traveling, and you don't see a lot of travelers in clothes like that.
I see. And what road was he traveling on?
Need to defer to the DM on this one.
At the time that you saw him, he would have been like in the middle of a city. So it actually would have been in such a location that it would be difficult to even get back to the specific place that you had seen him. And it wasn't necessarily going like in or out of the city. It was just a place in town that you happened to have been passing through. Would a location like that have been something that would have stuck with your character, like by her personality? Would she have paid attention to that?
Not particularly. She tends to congregate more towards like the crowded areas, anyways.
Mhm.
Being a former cleric or attempted cleric of Soon, she basically always kind of naturally gravitates towards people.
Yeah, in that case, in that particular city, you actually would have been pretty continuously on the move with that particular mentality. It's not the most populated city in terms of like how busy the streets are and stuff. So it would have been just another place in the city, um, as far as you were concerned, based on that particular
Okay.
mannerism.
Then Margaret would continue. To be honest, with the way the city was moving about and with the way that I was just sort of in the downtown of it all, I never really paid a whole lot of attention to where he was going. Even if I had picked out a street or could recognize the exact area he was, he'd turn a corner and could never see him again.
I see. All right. Well, thank you for the information. At least gives us something more than what we've been going on.
So how long have you been looking for him?
About a few days.
Deception check.
Yep. I'm doing perception check.
No, I didn't say perception. I said deception.
No, perception check. Am I gonna do it, man?
What would it just be the time of our last session? So it'd be like a few weeks then.
If it was no, like in terms of like where we left off, it's been a few hours since you had met up and been given the assignment.
All right, well then it would just be a few hours. We just started. So it was just going over because I thought it would be just over the last session.
I like to just pick up and continue. Like if y'all end up having like an overnight situation go on, then that'll be a part of what goes on in the session. So
which we did. So it's just been a few hours. So no need for a deception.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
That quickly? You said you want me to come with you guys.
You look like you can handle yourself. And honestly, we
She'd
kind of
look
need
down
a
at
force.
herself and then look back up at you. I look like a bum.
That doesn't matter to me.
You look better than the guy in the giant suit of armor, I'll tell you that.
He's not wrong either.
She again would kind of like sigh, put her head in her hand, and rub her temples. I hate that I'm still so devoted to Soon. Fine. You need help. I don't have shit going on. Fuck everything. Why not? I'll come with you guys.
Great. We'll even give you a portion of the gold that was promised to our previous party.
I'm one with that.
Of course, maybe I should be concerned if you guys have been at this for less than a day and you've already lost one person.
It was an inconvenience to why she.
An inconvenience, huh? She's gonna kind of like look you up and down. Hold on a second. Trying to tell if he is lying or not. I know you're not, but in character, she thinks you might be lying. It's kind of one of those things where it's just up to the DM to kind of like make a DC, unless the other person wants to like make up a DC in their head.
Yeah, I guess depending on how comfortable you are with answering an insight check, I can figure something out based on what I know about your character.
Yeah, okay, I can do that.
Okay. Yeah, so roll insight and we'll just kind of see where we go.
Talking to me? I already did. 19.
Oh, it's not showing up for me.
Yeah, for some reason it's not showing up.
Oh.
Up. See, we can see you type in the chat, but any rolls you make is not showing up.
The previous insight check you made, like when you were interacting with the noble guy, that did show up.
Yeah,
but...
it showed it was 25, but
interesting. Okay. Let's try that again.
Well, I mean,
insight. Roll the dice.
There it is. 10.
I'm fine with rolling with the 10.
Okay. So very average roll. Yeah. Do you want to do it or should I?
No, I can do it.
All right.
I can see that you're trying to give me that stink eye, and I'd like to tell you that I'm not lying.
He's lying.
Just giving a dead stare right into her eyes.
He's lying.
She kind of like lean in a bit closer.
Not flinching.
Yeah, come
not
back
even
a bit.
wavering.
Come back a bit, stroke her chin. Fine, I believe you. Timing is a bit odd, though, I still must say.
Look, for a halfling, she just started cursing at us when we were just sitting down. We all paid for our meals, and we were dead set on this. She straight up cursed at us for no reason and then left. Told us she had better things to do. And I actually like lift up my hands and like doing quotation. And like rolling my eyes. and
She
she just fucking left.
Margaret would let out
Bye.
kind of like a bit of like a laugh, just like a bit of one.
I was hoping to get her share of gold.
There's a reason we don't have any halflings in the Church of Soon.
That's why we don't have any halflings
Damn it.
in the Grey Paladin Church anyway, or any Dread Knights. But you know, they wouldn't be able to fit in the armor that I wear, or brandish this sword that I have. I need to find.
Oh,
I need to find a picture of so he knows what I'm talking about.
No.
Well, he did it.
Is that
He
the
did
one
it.
that you guys showed on like the first session? Because I did watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Oh god.
So
I
at
forgot
least you
Nate
know what it
posted
looks like.
Oh no.
I just saw the fucking gift of Simon Cowell.
Oh my god, what is
That's
going on?
great. Anyway.
I was on that critical perception check. That was my response.
Appropriate.
Yeah, it was. So that's where we're at.
Yep.
Where are we right now in like God damn it, the word just escaped me. Where are we in relation to Kurtz, whatever the hell
Keurig.
the name of the Keurig, thank you.
You are northeast of Keurig.
Okay. Then Margaret's gonna add, well, what time of day is it?
It's afternoon, like about 3 or 4
Lunch.
o'clock.
Okay.
Oh, right.
From where we're at right now, would it be possible to like if either by walking or by horse get to Kuruk today?
I mean, you could probably get there like by midnight, maybe. It's
That'd be by horseback or
if you did it by horseback, then before if you went by horseback, you would probably get there probably like right around, is it third shift that is like balls o'clock in the morning where like if you went by horse you'd probably be getting there
Third shift, usually between 9, 10, maybe 11 sometimes, and then 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning.
yeah.
I
So
don't know.
you'd be getting to Keurig on horseback. You'd arrive like the early part of third shift, so like around 10 o'clock maybe. So it would be well into the dark hours.
okay. Then Margaret's going to chime in and say, well, so I'm throwing my lot in with you guys. How do you plan on getting to Keurig? Because I assume, with that being your best lead now, that's where we're headed.
Well, the only option would be on horseback, but sadly we don't have any. But I know of a man who could help us, and that would be the king himself.
Give me throw history. Give me a history check. That is to Ezreal.
History.
Yeah, for what it's worth,
Kabam.
Margaret would have no fucking king. Oh,
Okay.
Never mind.
That's the best idea you've got.
What? Oh god, wow, that's a
Of course
good
it would
job
be,
on
though.
the history check. Wow, your history with the king is really spot on.
Yeah. Margaret would add, so, I mean, we could do that. There's probably also carriages. I mean, that's how I got here.
Wouldn't it be less conspicuous to go by normal public means than getting special horses from the king?
Do we care about being conspicuous?
I don't
Margaret would ask.
know. If something did go wrong with that jester, someone probably making, I guess, contingencies for people to search for that jester.
But at the same time, it would also be easier to try and split us apart if we went on separate horses.
I travel by night.
I mean,
Honestly, a carriage would be our best bet.
I don't think a carriage will be leaving tonight, though. I mean, we'd be delaying until tomorrow. Not that I have a problem with that, because fuck everything, I don't care. But you know,
Bartender polishing a glass. Yeah, you're definitely not getting a carriage Keurig, not at night. Mm-mm.
Yeah, well, your mom.
ooh,
Olbert,
Margaret would just kind of roll her eyes.
these are the people I'm stuck until this is over.
Do what?
I'm just mumbling under my
Oh.
breath. It's just, Jesus Christ, these are the people I'm stuck with.
Yeah.
Paying no mind to Olbert and Nathan constantly strumming, bugging the fuck out of my ears.
I don't even notice. It's just like faded into the background for me.
Yeah, kind of just like
It
kinda
makes
learned
me
to-
want to throw him to the crazy goblin and just let him have at it. Just fucking.
Oh yeah, it's Oliver.
Oliver, I'm sorry. I'm trying to.
Yeah, the bartender would also make mention, along with his comment, that there's no way you're getting a carriage to there at night. That it's largely due to the crime rate over there. Basically, like there's nobody that's gonna be willing to go on those streets at night.
Our only option would be. Pretty much our only other option would be getting separate horses. But I'm honestly not sure if the king was at help.
I mean, it's an idea. Don't let me talk you out of it. I mean, I'm just throwing ideas out there.
It's
oh, my food's here, and she immediately tucks in.
have at it. It's and then while she's eating, I tell her the reason why this is so important to me. Not only do I know the king personally, I also know the jester as well. Hell, practically this whole entire city, except for maybe a good few people, know of me. I am known here.
She nods and continues.
Nate.
So I just all did so. God damn it.
Alright, I'm invoking on that little use of fucking burning hand right now.
Okay, no. Wait until we're outside.
I'm surprised we didn't get kicked out yet because Nate's been playing loot.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oliver,
Kind of like with a
but
mouth.
in the middle of a day, I'm trying to do a thing. Oliver, please put the loot away. I cannot concentrate. Thank you. It's otherwise I'm going to take you and Olbert outside and let you two duke it out.
Alright, do it.
Fuck. No, you cannot. There will be no drunken monkey tiger bullshit that's going on, okay? We don't have a monk here. I don't care.
Right before you had said that, the barkeep would have been already turning around to like find himself a gallon. He pauses as soon as you say that, and he's just kind of like, okay.
Don't give them the need. Okay? The last thing I need is a drunk bard. And from what I know personally, bards can't handle their drink.
I've seen a few that can.
Do you really want to go, little man? Because honestly, you've been pushing my buttons real bad. And if Olbert doesn't get you, it's going to be me.
I'm gonna burn this entire city down because of you.
Okay, we're not going to go to that extent.
I will. Totally worth it.
So anyway,
You know, you all seem to be in a spot of indecision. If you really if the carriage is your best option, may as well wait until morning. I mean, we've got rooms here if you need them.
No, we don't.
The thing is, we can't really wait because who knows what the hell is going on. And honestly, I'm starting to get worried. There would be no reason for the jester. I'm pretty sure you know of him as well, and know of him as well. There is no reason he would be traveling to Keurig right now. There should be no reason to.
Through kind of like mouthfuls, and Margaret would say, "Well, then your best option is either those horses from the keg, or we walk. This is real good."
We can walk.
I'm glad you're enjoying your meal. What's your name, by the way? I never got it.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Oh.
Yeah, she would just kind of look at you, kind of like squint.
I'm sorry, I must have forgotten because of the
Margaret.
Margaret. Okay, thank you. My name's Azrael. This is Olbert, and the bard is Oliver.
She swallows. Yeah, I'm not gonna remember of any of that. You're a bard. You're a tank. You're a
Give us any
skeleton?
nickname you want. I don't care. And he's more like one of the blue guys from fucking Eiffel 65. Something like that.
Yeah, I know, but that's kind of the joke. Is she still like skeleton? Undead thing? I don't fucking know.
I had a skeleton joke, but I had completely forgotten.
No boner jokes. Not
I
in
didn't say boner. I said skeleton.
I assumed it was in that category.
I'm not that childish. Okay.
Now,
Let's go. After Margaret's done, let's go try and talk to the king. Maybe he'll help us. Maybe he won't. I don't.
I guess we're getting horses then.
Otherwise, we have to wait till tomorrow. We come back, stay at the inn, and wait for a carriage because honestly, by the time we get there by walking, the jester might be gone. If not, just by waiting the day.
Margaret, how's your drink doing?
That's it. Yeah, top me up.
Okay.
Yeah, he'd be pretty happy to top you up. You wouldn't ask for any additional payment, so.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Give me one too.
All right.
Give me the strongest thing you've got, and I will pay you.
He kind of looks at you for a minute. He's like, "You sure about that?"
He's gonna give it to the bard.
Don't listen to her.
Margaret
Give
would
the
turn to the
bard like
That's probably the mead.
Give him apple juice. All right, apple juice it is.
all right, old Bert, do you want anything?
No.
Not even a drink?
Nope.
All right.
He finds
It's you.
okay. So he goes about and finds a pretty friendly drink to offer to the bard, and he steps aside. He goes just past the end of his rack of drinks and stuff, and he just kind of kicks the wall, and like a board from it kind of pops loose. He pulls it open, reaches in, pulls a bottle from inside the wall. It's a really tall bottle. It's like just about 3 feet tall and really slender.
Oh, the
Pushes-
Marlone isn't good enough for you, but you want the fucking Cabernet?
Rule number 56: alcohol's gonna kill us, kids.
Back into character.
So he's got this really, really tall bottle that he pulls out from inside the wall.
I just stare at the bottle and my jaw just drops and my eyes are wide.
He reaches under the counter, pulls out a shot glass.
Oh boy! All right. Here we go.
So that's the shot glass in front of you. And he's like, "You seem like you've been making a lot of decisions today. You sure about this?"
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay.
I'm going to handle my drink. Promise.
Okay. He takes the lid off of the he pops the top off the bottle, tilts it over, and from what is basically just like a steel blue bottle comes a just electric green liquid. He pours it in there, he fills the shot glass like halfway up, and then puts the lid back on it. You also might notice that the bartender is already holding his breath before he even steps away from the glass. And so yeah, he goes to
Did he pour
reinstate it
that
in.
like fairly close to us? Do we need to make Constitution checks if we're not holding our breaths?
No, it's not the kind of thing that without consuming it, it would affect you. However, you would be very aware of how powerful of a drink it is based on the scent.
Jesus.
Margaret would look at the paladin or Dread Knight and be like, "You may have made a mistake."
Probably, but with these two, I'm gonna need it. And then I quickly take down the shot and just gulp it in one go.
I mean, that's not.
And then slamming down the glass.
Give me a Constitution save
Oh,
at
dear.
disadvantage.
Who? Jen?
Yeah, Jim, Constitution save at disadvantage. For Mazriel. Okay, you are struck with a very brief instant where you are just aware of what it's like to be blind for a second.
Hey.
What the? What the hell is this?
The words come out slurred and stuttered even slightly more than what y'all had just heard. He's you would probably be bracing yourself against the table, struggling to hold on to the shot glass.
Oh, this is a mistake.
You're one of the strongest I got, so I gave you some orc butter.
What? Fuck. Orc butter. Huh. Okay.
Margaret would kind of look at the bartender and go, "You know, he'll probably be back in here tomorrow ordering another one of those with these two guys."
Oh.
I don't know. He might still be riding on it by then.
Oh, shit. Oh, I'm trying to fucking slowly snap out of it, but it's a struggle.
It is most definitely a struggle. I think probably what I will do is like just kind of remind you once an in-game hour or so and ask you for another Constitution save to see how you're doing. The DC with it will decrease over time, but yeah.
Okay.
Having now finished your meal.
Oh,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, is it still gonna be with a disadvantage, or is it just gonna be a normal roll?
Well, part of the disadvantage is that you just slammed it. Part of it was that you had gone into it, be like, "I'll be fine."
Okay, I actually like that. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, there's any number of things that would have factored into you having disadvantage on that one, but I felt it was the correct choice. Anyway, Go ahead.
So at this point, Margaret is going to kind of look to the other two, the undead wizard and the bar, and say, "Yeah." She just casually wave. So now that the person who knows the king is nice and drunk, do either of you know the way back to the king?
It's pretty easy navigation, but
I do.
Oh god.
Kind of like throw her hands up. Okay, sure. Why not? Let's go with this.
Oh.
Olbert's face looks like a penis.
Yeah. I'm gonna kill all of you.
He's also my best friend.
I'm gonna kill all of you in your sleep. No flowers.
Just do what Olbert says. I believe him. Just don't let him do any stupid shit that I wouldn't do.
Oh
con-
boy.
considering your decision-making prowess for the day, I'm not sure that that's even really going to result in any.
You shut up.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
You don't
Okay.
tell me what to do. You're not my dad.
Well, I'm not your dad, but I am the man who just gave you some orc's butter. So, that will be 4 gold for that.
4 gold. Okay. Literally trying to struggle to get 4 gold pieces into his hand, fumbling all the fucking coin he has, and just
Couple of plinks on the floorboards down below.
just a couple of clanks down the. No, don't worry. And like he puts 2 gold pieces on. Don't worry, I'll get it. And then immediately fumbles off the fucking stool, banging his head on the floor.
Oh.
At this point, Margaret would also be looking to the barkeep and say, 4 gold? That sounds like an awful lot. I mean, surely you can take at least a little pity on this guy. Look at what this guy has to deal with. I mean,
Hello.
um,
Oh god.
let's see. So would that be
Persuasion, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Thank you.
And where's the other 2 gold?
He kind of laughs about it. He's like, hey, I see what he's dealing with, but at the same time, he asked for it rather directly.
Margaret would shrug. Yeah, I can't really argue with that. I mean, it's his money. Good sandwich, by the way. Thank you for that.
Hey, not a problem. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Oh, don't worry about that. That was he paid too much for her, so it's covered.
That wasn't apple juice. That was piss.
Albert, can you help me? Because I need the 2 gold that I can.
At this point, Azrael's probably like sprawled out on the floor, reaching as though he's convinced that he's still like hunched down to pick up the coins, but he's just flat.
Is
that the short rest thing? I mean, you can no, it restores HP. It's not something that's going to affect his status or anything. If you had something that offered a saving throw, I would allow that to influence this. But I don't recall a spell off the top of my head that does that. I'm sure it's somewhere, but I can't think of it.
Jesus Christ. Apparently I've spent a lot of energy on that. Okay.
But yeah, after at least a little bit of time on the floor, though, you would be able to get your bearings enough that you could push yourself up to your feet.
Okay. Immediately picks up the 2 gold pieces and slowly gets back up and then just slams the 2 gold, giving him and just sliding the 4 gold to the barkeep. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then gets back in the stool sluggily, just trying to keep balance. Oh, Jesus Christ.
He collects the payment and says, anytime.
Oh. All right. Now that I'm, I guess, back in control.
No, you're not.
Still really dizzy. You know what? I'm going to let you slide just this. You're welcome, Albert. Let's go try and take a trip back to the king. It's not, since it's not far.
Yeah, so probably would have been long enough for everybody to finish their drinks and their food. So everybody gets to make their way off to the castle again. Woo! So is it who is it that's leading this time?
The bard.
Okay. Oliver's got it then. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm still trying to struggle and I have my fucking head in my hand.
Okay. So yeah, y'all make it back to the castle. guards look over your party for a moment. They're a little bit confused by y'all being back. One of them steps forward as you arrive, and he's like, "You're back early. Is something the matter?"
Yes, we need to talk to King about him lending us some of his horses. We've got a lead buddy going into Keurig, which is another city that's a good bit far from here. And in trying to save time, it's if we try to take a carriage, it's going to take us.
Are you drunk?
Yeah, orc butter.
You're
This is our leader. This is our leader. Oh god.
At least I'm still keeping this together.
Could you please elaborate on that? Oh god.
I'm sorry, but I have the distinct feeling that the king would be remiss to offer favors to someone drinking while taking care of a task that's so near and dear to his heart.
Can we do
I'm-
an? Is Margaret able to do an illusion right now to convince the king, or no?
Are you actually saying this to Margaret?
Yeah.
All right, then she's gonna reply, "What do you want me to do? Conjure up a fucking magical oh hey, here's a slip of paper that says he's not actually drunk. We're fine to go see the king." It doesn't work like that.
The guard, very much able to hear your casual conversation, says, No, it doesn't work like that. There should, if you really need horses, there are stables at the edge of the city. They should be able to assist you with that.
Margaret would also kind of like look at the card and say, "Look, I appreciate the information, but fact of the matter is, the two people who are with us basically caused our friend here to drink himself into a minor stupor. That's in part my fault. I take responsibility for that. I don't know why we're coming here to see the king instead of going into the stables, but our friend here seems to think that's the plan, so I'm going with it. Because I don't fucking care."
The king would always have the best passes. That's why I came here. We could probably
Yeah.
get there in less time than what the horses at the horses at the stable would be.
Yeah, so please forgive him of his drunkenness. I mean, at least his heart is in the right place, you know?
And if you recall, my friend, we're doing this for the king as well. And if you remember, the king knows me. So at least I should be given an audience. And the fact that at least we have a lead and might be able to save his adopted son.
While I appreciate where you're coming from with this, I truly believe that you would be best off checking with the stables, given your current state of affairs, and given your current state of affairs, I don't think it would be best for you to speak to the king, especially in his state. He's quite troubled as it is, and knowing that this is how his son is being pursued would not improve his well-being, I believe.
Fine, let's go to the stable.
Margaret shrugs. Well, you heard the man. Also, be right back a second. Restroom.
Sure. Okay, so I guess with that, y'all would be making your way back towards the stables. I would assume.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, give me a Constitution save. For part of the trip there.
No, just
Yeah, just
with
the drunkard.
with disadvantage still.
Nah, don't worry about disadvantage. Just roll con. Okay. It does clear up notably. You would improve. It would take you a good bit of walking. But the getting your body like circulating things again by moving around is definitely helping to clear things up. And so, over the course of traveling from the castle to the stables, you would improve from blitzed to buzzed. So you're not really going to be horribly impaired at this point. You would be able to talk pretty plainly, but you would be having a bit more of a comfortable after effect from the drink.
Hmm.
And back.
Welcome back. Y'all were en route to the stables, and because of the little bit of exercise, he started feeling a little bit better.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so unless there was something I wanted to do en route to the stables, which, let's see, it being the stables on the way to Keurig. Excuse me. It'll be over in this direction. Y'all would be getting there at a point in time when you would start to see that the sun's sinking a little bit. It's not to the point of sunset, but it is definitely approaching evening. And yeah, once there, I assume y'all would want to procure some horses. Would you be interested in trying to take a guess on how long you would want to rent some horses, or would you like to purchase horses for each of you?
Purchase, I think.
Okay.
Fuck off, phone.
All right.
Would also
So
at that point, like if we were talking about it, kind of like look at her like purse and say, "I hope one of you plans on buying a horse for me then."
I got you. Margaret.
Did I believe I made that adjustment, or are you?
In
Yeah.
character thing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So if y'all are wanting to get riding horses for each of you, then a riding horse is 75 gold per horse. Draft horses for like pulling carts and things would be 50 gold each. Yeah.
Does that include like the saddle or anything else we would need to ride them?
Yeah. I'm technically probably not, but fuck that. Yes, it does. So yeah, a riding horse that is ready to ride would be 75 gold, and 50 gold for a draft horse.
Can we negotiate?
If you would like to try, it would be really just a standard group of staff that's manning the stables for that day. They, let's see.
Persuasion?
Yeah, I'm actually trying to think of like what else may have been going on with them that may end up affecting like difficulty checks and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, definitely would. Would anybody like
The whole
to?
city practically knows them.
Yeah, pretty much. He's just really well liked all throughout. Would anybody like to play it out, or because like it's just a bunch of it's just a at this point in this particular time of day, it would be a very small group of just humans moving about, taking care of like closing procedures and stuff. Generally speaking, people aren't likely to come through pursuing horses at this time of day, but y'all are. So there would be a couple of them left. They would be just kind of getting the horses settled in for the night. Um, they look like they're still relatively energetic for the day. Like they hadn't had, like it hadn't really taken too much out of them over the course of the day. That's what that is. That's Asriel passed out on the ground. Okay, nice drawing. Okay. Um. So yeah, I guess when y'all get there, the one of the workers would kind of pause in between some tasks and step up to talk to you. Grab himself a rag to like wipe his hands off on. He's like wiping some sweat off of him. He's like, "Hey, how y'all doing? Can I help you?"
Yeah, we'd like to procure some horses to ride to Keurig.
All right, yeah. We were just wrapping up, but we could get you some ready, no problem. How many you need?
Concerning the fact that
4.
2, I would think. Try to keep it cheap.
4.
No, 2.
I'm taking my own horse.
I
3
mean,
then.
yeah, Margaret would chime in. For what it's worth, I'll ride with somebody. I don't particularly care.
All right.
Judging by the size of our leader, I'm pretty sure you're going to be riding with a bard.
All right. All right. So 3 horses. That'll be 225 gold total. And he's already like snapping his fingers to call one of the hands over to tell him to get some horses ready.
Yeah, that's 75 gold out of my wallet. That's fine.
If you would like to. I
Yeah.
mean, this is we're playing it out, so this is the part where you would do so.
Yeah, Margaret's got no horse in this, so she doesn't fucking care. It's like, okay, sure, whatever.
75 is a bit steep. You think you could lower it just a bit? We're trying to find the jester as well.
Oh, I didn't even realize. What do you mean you're trying to find the jester? Like, what's going on?
Have you not noticed that he's been missing for almost a month?
I don't. I mean, he doesn't. He seems to kind of be thinking like he started to talk and then he kind of pauses as though he was like realizing something and he thinks back.
Yes.
What
Is
are
it-
your thoughts?
Is it? I had been. Did he not come back? I thought I saw him.
Not come back?
Well,
What do you mean?
well, sure. I mean, like he leaves the city all the time, you know. So, like, when he leaves, you don't think nothing of it, and then he'll eventually come back, and again, don't think anything of it. This is just what he does, you know. So, I mean, I remember him leaving the city. I just don't remember. I didn't realize he didn't come back. I mean, if nothing else, I figured he probably would have come back on one of my off days. I don't know.
From
But-
what the townsfolk have been saying, he's been missing for 2 to 3 weeks.
Huh. Yeah, I guess the timeline lines up on that. You said you're trying to find him?
Yeah. We've been tasked by the king.
Man, I don't know if my boss is going to let me do a discount or something. He's already gone home for the day. That could bite me in the butt if I do it.
Is he really gonna? Margaret would chime in. Is he really gonna be paying that much attention? I mean, does he care that much? Is he one of those types that basically is counting the coins every single day?
I mean, it's kind of a mood thing, I guess. He's a little hard to pin down on that, you know?
If anything, he should be happy that he's still able to be working here.
That. What do you mean?
No, hold on. I didn't mean like. Going back a bit. We're on. This is really urgent. So please, if you can, 75 gold for a horse is just a bit steep, kind of thing. Especially when this is a favor to the king, a personal thing. I honestly don't think your boss should care.
Margaret would kind of like reach up and scratch her chin. Could you write some sort of like writ for this dude so that he could give to his boss to go get money from the king for it?
Was that directed to the stable worker,
No, that was directed towards
Azrael?
yeah, Azrael. Like as a kind of like suggestion. Whether he can actually do that or not, she doesn't know. It's just an idea.
I could do that. If it brings his son home any quicker, I'm pretty sure he'd be able to let us do that. I would just have to pay him back, which is fine by me.
Well, I guess, I mean, if it ends up basically being permission from the king, then boss ain't gonna have anything to say about it. Alright. Well, that in mind, are we even talking about a discount anymore? Or
You know what? Just forget the discount. I immediately grab a piece of paper. Do you have anything to write on? It's kind of hard to write without something.
boots are very round.
You know how hard it would be?
He's like, hold on. Let's see.
Do you have like a
Oh.
decent paper side square piece of wood or anything?
Oh, yeah, come here. And he, like, there'd be, like, he'd kind of take you off to the side a little bit away from where everybody else had been working, and it'd be like, and he'd kind of ask one of the fellows who was seemingly taking a break. He's like, "Hey, look out for a second." And he, guy pulls back and he like pats a table where they were taking a break.
I immediately put down the piece of paper and start writing for the writ to the king, saying, as a favor, please give these men gold for 3 horses, accumulating to 225 gold,
That's right.
and I will pay you back when this is all said and done. And then I sign my name, Azrael, just so that way the king knows who it is, and then I hand him the stable handler the writ.
One of the guys that's taking a break kind of takes a bit of a jeer at you. Is like, favors from the king, huh? Man, must be nice. And but then the guy who you had been working with before kind of like takes the writ. He's like, well, okay.
I immediately glare at the person that was saying that, and I scoff. You have no idea. And then I look away.
He's just kind of like, nope, I don't. And damn it, I just read Oliver's thing. Oliver's writ is wonderful.
We need
Anyway.
hoiches.
Okay, anyway. So so he takes the writ and he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna assume that this is gonna work. You good for your word?
Yeah.
And at this point I am actually gonna want a persuasion check from you on that. Oh god.
Oof.
Okay. He's seeming a little bit uneasy. He's kind of rubbing his hand on the writ thoughtfully for a second. He's like, tell you what,
Sensing his hesitation, Margaret would kind of like chime in. Look, if you need somebody else from a church to basically vouch for this guy, let me say, in the short time that I have known him, he has not done the worst stuff ever. He is okay. From what the brief time I have known him, you can trust this guy at his word.
Thank
Fucking
you.
hell.
As much as I'd like to, I'm pretty uneasy just assuming we're getting 200 gold from the king because of a note that he's written. I still want to help you out though, so I'll tell you what. If you can cover 2 of the horses, I'll use this writ for the other one.
All right, I can do that then.
Which is still substantial. So
The real question is now who pays for their 2 horses?
Yeah, so it'll be 150 gold altogether, coming from any number of sources.
So then it would be me and Higgs then. Or me and Nate then. Or unless Higgs wants to pay. Higgs, you paying or? Oh, he's muted. Probably on the phone.
Okay.
Just for him.
It's 75, yeah. So that's okay. So that's 75 from Azriel and from Oliver. Okay. All right. So he takes the gold, and the hands that are around helping him out end up get y'all fixed up with the 3 horses. And so congratulations. As we're approaching evening, you have acquired 3 horses. And so from the sound of things, Oliver and Margaret are going to be sharing a horse. Very pretty man. And are y'all just gonna immediately set out towards Kurik?
Yes.
Yeah, Margaret doesn't have an objection. Whatever. Do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care.
You really like saying fuck a lot, don't
you? Fuck you, yes.
If you're offering. He scoffs. All right, folks, let's ride.
I go silver away, and so okay.
the Chuck horse.
The Chuck is now named horse.
So any person we now run into named Chuck, they're going to be called horse. We need to keep that in. Get on that shit. And they also need to be batshit insane.
Actually, I might have an idea for that already, but We'll address that when we get there.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Oh, right. That's what I was gonna do. All right. Whoa. No. Sorry, figuring something out. This PDF is fucking weird.
You're weird
No, you.
Got him.
in a good way. Oh boy.
Okay. That's probably fine. So we'll do.
Ooh, fuck.
Okay.
Huh.
All right. So I'll start making your way towards Keurig. It's a pretty straight shot. There's a pretty clear road. So on your travels, there's not too much in the way of scenery. There's some thick woods to your left. The early leg of your journey would have like mountain foothills to your right, breaking away into some other forest. It seems that a lot of it had been cleared out to make the road between the two cities. We should probably wait for Higgs because I'm wanting to throw some combat at y'all at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. What? Oh, see.
Mortal Kombat.
Test your might.
Get over here. I don't want you anywhere near. You keep that loot as far away from me as possible. Or I shove it up your ass.
But
Oh,
what
God.
about the friendship?
I don't give a
Friendship.
Does this look like
Again?
Sailor Moon to you? Butterflies and friendship? Fuck that noise. Meanwhile,
Meanwhile, in the halls of justice.
Nate's gonna get a stern talking to, I swear to God.
Would you be like? Would you actually want to be playing your lute while riding the horse?
You ask that like the answer isn't probably hell yes.
I mean, that's along the lines of what I'm expecting. I'm just.
We're
Well, the
riding the
first.
horse together, right?
Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
the two of you because
Okay.
yeah, you'd adding another person onto the weight of both Azrael and his armor as opposed to what I assume is a fairly lithe bard. It's going to be a
Yeah.
substantial difference, so you would probably
Okay.
be riding with him.
Okay, then Margaret would like before we would get mounted up. Margaret would probably look at the bar and kind of like shrug and say, "Flip a coin for it." I don't fucking care. Heads even, tails odd. Well, it's heads or it's tails. That means you're driving.
Oh, thank God, I don't have that loot anymore.
To be fair, for what it's worth, if you wouldn't have called her out on it, or if you didn't, since you didn't call her out on it, the way she did that was she was just going to say whatever it landed on. That's what she called, so you were going to be driving anyways. So
I was kind of wondering if it was going to be like heads you're driving, tails I'm passenger.
yeah, more or less.
Says the bard talking about a con.
What?
Oh, look,
Hey!
Higgs is back. Now we can do something.
Oh, but
So scary.
14's pretty good intelligence. It's not the highest in the party, but it's pretty good intelligence.
no, he's not.
Okay. All right, so y'all have acquired horses and have set off with the guys driving horses and Margaret riding passenger to Oliver. So, as you're traveling, let's see. What are we looking at? Oh, he just doesn't fucking have anything. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. I was going to have y'all roll perception, but literally none of you would need anything other than passive to beat that roll.
Would
So
Wait, what
So
did you want
I
us
don't know
to
how
roll?
you like to do passive perception, but the way passive perception is usually done for me is like, or has been done, is like it's a question. It's like, okay, are you guys actively looking out for stuff? If so, passive perception. If not, I mean, if nobody's really paying attention.
I rolled a 2.
Oh, okay, okay, never mind.
Pretty much, we see what the hell's right in front of us.
Yeah.
Hey!
No, the other way around. I was rolling stealth and rolled a 2. So where I was going to ask y'all to roll perception, there's no point.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody
Oh.
could crit fail and still be higher.
Well, I mean, it would have been like total of 4, but whatever. Anyway, okay,
Oh.
so as you're traveling along, you end up coming across or you don't necessarily come across anything, but you would hear like just kind of off in the distance some jabbering, a little bit of high pitched squealing among like what seems to be a couple of voices. It would be off to your right.
Oliver's fangirls?
Let me see if I can. Oop, oh god.
Oh.
How do I fix this? I don't
By the
think
way, Higgs, I saw the picture of the Val Hazak. Why are you this way?
I don't know, I found it. I
You-
tap it.
I mean, you know what? I would too.
Okay, I figured it out. Objects and tokens.
We're getting a new map.
Oh no.
Actually, yeah. Okay. D&D Road. Fuck. This one looks great. Save image. Road. I apologize for sucking. Okay. It's so weird that this works this way, but whatever. Yeah. Player. Yeah, player. That looks fine. Okay. It's terrible quality, but that's okay. All right.
Yeah, I got my token.
Sorry. Oh God, I still can't make your token, Cody.
Really
Yeah.
dumb.
Yeah. You were supposed to be on the board in some way or another. You
I'm
would
gonna
be
port that somewhere else on my character sheet and just clear that out.
okay. Yes, you did. Okay, and because I have a sample token, I'm going to use these, and we're going to pretend that they're kobolds. Huh. Saved everyone
Fucking-
else's thing, but that's weird.
Fucking kobolds.
Okay. Okay, now we can make your token. Yay! All right. Look at me being prepared. Totally on top of things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, hey, I can rotate token.
Yeah, man.
Fuck yeah, dude. Look at me. I'm a disco person.
What?
You can click on a light blue square and you can turn your token in 6 directions.
Should be 8.
8, yeah.
Okay.
8 cardinal point.
No. Okay. Sure. Okay. Yeah, actually. All right, y'all would be coming from the northeast, so
Is that supposed to represent a horse?
what?
That person down
No.
there.
No, it's supposed to represent a person.
Okay.
Just kidding. The sound comes from your left because there's more space over there.
ASMR goblins.
What? ASMR goblins?
Kobolds, I guess. Whatever. The whole left, except now you hear it on your right.
Oh,
Reaching a
okay.
bit with that one, admittedly, but
Yeah, you like that, don't you?
Okay. Okay, so as you're writing, you would oh, did I? No, I made it. Okay. Eggs. Eggs, are you
Yes.
there?
What?
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, putting your token with everybody else's sort of. Okay. Actually, first of all, you are coming from that direction, so arrange yourselves as you would probably be, like, as your horses would be set up, like in your traveling order and whatnot. Excuse me.
Yeah, Margaret would be one square behind you because obviously.
Right.
Look at
What
this
is this?
horse. This horse is amazing.
Give it a
Just
lick.
give it a lick. They just like raisins.
Oh, look, tiny little. What are those things?
Kobolds.
They're basically goblins, but we're pretending they're kobolds.
I don't have that.
You don't? Oh, sucks. Pretend.
No.
Pretend that you have an imagination. Then, okay.
How do you?
Okay, wait.
Hold on. No, that's a. If he doesn't have one, how can he pretend to have one? Hold on a minute.
Oh God. Let's just go kill these things.
Okay. So yeah, because of silly rolls, not only would you hear the bantering of high-pitched squeals and things, you would also hear a deeper voice behind them going, "Shut up!" Up ahead of you to your left. He is
Maybe
now.
I've always swallowed you. God, I'm running up my girdle now.
Okay. Okay, there's a way to spawn an initiative order. How I does this? Let's see. Oh God, how do I do this?
By the time he figures it out, the session will be over.
I'm sorry. I'm aware that I'm bad at things. I don't mean to be, I promise.
Yes, he does.
The first instance of combat, a kobold has thrown a rock at you. All right, session's over, guys.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is part of why I don't do much combat.
I guess that's another form of rocks fall. Everybody died.
Haha.
Seriously, what the fuck?
Yeah, if I knew anything about the DMing side of like Roll20, I'd be happy to help. But I don't.
Yeah. Okay. The fuck does fudge mean?
What the hell's going on?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
Why did you just roll a -1?
I don't know.
What? What the hell is? Yeah. What? Is that something beyond a D100? Is what? Are we just? And you just said fudge. Are we just molding a piece of fudge into like an 8-sided die and just rolling that?
I hope I land on the peanut butter side.
Oh Jesus! Oh fuck! I found it. Okay.
Oh,
Make sure
God.
to click on your token before rolling initiative, because if not, it doesn't show up in the tracker.
Oh my God. Okay. Initiative is what you're going to be rolling. It'll be yeah.
Yeah, make sure that you've got your token clicked. Otherwise, it doesn't show up in the tracker.
It did show up though, so it'll be good. All right. Numerically descending. Yes. Okay.
Where do I find initiative roll?
On your character sheet, towards the top in the middle.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, nope. He's deafened and muted, so we're gonna be safe for a bit. Coworker
shit.
must have called him again.
I guess so. Fuck.
That sucks. I know that feeling.
Okay. Oh wait. Fuck. I did it wrong.
So I go damn near dead last. Woo!
Okay, and then
I feel like the fat kid of the group. Oh, wait. Hoity hoy hoy.
So speaking of combat, how are we going to do wild magic, since a lot of it is basically at DM's discretion?
First thing I'm gonna need to do is find the table. It's
Wild magic is awesome.
Wild magic is a ton of fun.
It's one of the few situations where a player has frequent access to a D100.
Because there's a numerous amount of spells they could use just out of fucking random.
Yep.
And it's not specified what you use. You could use like a magic missile, or you can open a portal to the fucking fireplace.
Let's see. Cast fog cloud centered on yourself. You regain your lowest level expended spell slot. Your hair falls out but grows back within 24 hours. A unicorn controlled by the DM appears in a space within 5 feet of you, then disappears 1 minute later. You cast Fireball as a 3rd level spell centered on yourself.
Pretty much.
Etc.
Boom.
You kill yourself, and whoever's around you takes a good bit of damage. Mm-hmm. So much for those fat agility experience points.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's what's happening. All right. In descending order. Okay. Okay. In the time of Higgs's absence, I have figured out most of the things associated with initiative order. Hooray!
Yay! I'm literally second to last. Woo! By 900s or 9,000.
Well, because of your dexterity modifier. It basically, like, the decimal points is using dexterity as a tiebreaker. Wait, no, wrong sheet. That one. And we do that one. Does this work? I think it works. Oh,
That's an initiative.
it sure is.
That's one hell of an initiative.
Oh, are we going to be doing like crit gets an extra turn and crit fail loses you a turn?
I would rather not, personally. Okay. That sounds way brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I might say, like, at best. Like, I think the most you would probably get from me in that situation is like extra bonus action or lose a bonus action, because I would like people to still be able to play.
Yeah, no, fair enough. It's just something that other DMs have done enough that I've kind of gotten used to it, and it's nice to go back to not that.
Yeah, that
Alright.
sounds a little bonkers.
There's a crit. You killed that thing. All right, now you summoned a unicorn, which kills that thing. All right, here's another bonus one.
Well, the
You
unicorn
summon-
is under DM's control, so it would.
You summon a unicorn in the middle of town, and it literally kills everyone.
Yeah. I would say let's go until Higgs's turn, but here we are. Shit.
Yeah,
Let's see.
life sucks. Phone charge. Cool.
Range is 120 feet.
Makes me think of the sun from like Super Mario, the one that's trying to kill you.
What happened?
I don't remember the one. Are you thinking of Majora's Mask?
No, in like Super Mario 3, in some of the desert stages, the sun literally tries to kill you.
Oh God. Okay, I never played Super Mario 3, so
The sun is also back in Mario Maker 2.
that's also something I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Because I don't have those.
Yeah, and so the sun is now something you can see in any of the Mario styles, from Mario Brothers, Mario 3, Mario World, New Super Mario Brothers, and Mario Brothers 3D World.
Yeah, 3D World. That was something.
3D World is actually one of the most interesting and popular styles in Mario Maker 2.
Probably because it's not on a shitty Wii U console.
No, I meant like among the things within that specific game. Like, I don't know, never mind.
No, I get what you mean.
So the thing that gets me is that they decided to look like this for whatever reason.
That looks like something out of Legend of Zelda. Not gonna lie. I mean, I don't know. That thing looks like fucking nightmare fuel if you give it the right ammunition.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, not a big fan of that design. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a good design, it's a neat, but it doesn't really capture the whole angry sun thing.
Not even a little bit.
The sun and moon are fighting. You gotta do something.
God, I forgot about that wild magic. You can't speak for the next minute. Whenever you try, pink bubbles float out of your mouth.
God, I love wild magic.
Up to 3 creatures you choose within 30 feet of you take 40 lightning damage.
What? What? Hold up.
You are frightened by the nearest creature until the end of your next turn. creature within 30 feet of you becomes invisible for the next minute. Invisibility ends on a creature when it attacks or casts a spell. Each creature within 30 feet of you becomes invisible.
Oh.
It kind of seems like it, but
starting out, it's like 60-40 good to bad, and then there are some things later that let you change it to like 80% good to 20% bad. It is slightly wavered, yes, in favor of not fucking the party over, though.
Oh yeah, if you roll a 1 or a 2, you roll on this table at the start of each of your turns for the next minute, ignoring this result on subsequent rolls. Let's see. Roll a d10. Your height changes by a number of inches equal to the roll. If it's odd, you shrink. If it's even, you grow.
Is there a duration to that, or is that permanent?
No, it's just a fact about you now.
Yep, okay.
So a wild mage who ended up rolling that result enough times could end up being like 12 feet tall as a halfling.
You and all creatures within 30 feet. Vulnerability, piercing damage for the next minute.
Wait, which one was that?
95, 96.
Gain vulnerability. Okay.
If you die within the next minute, you immediately come back to life as if by the incarnate spell.
Yeah, reincarnate's a really interesting spell because it does not necessarily bring you back as what you were.
You regain 2d10 hit points.
Roll a d10. Your age changes by a number of years equal to the roll.
You regain 99 to 100. You regain all expended sorcery.
Sorcery points are rad, by the way. They're not
Yeah, they
that,
are.
they're not that useful right now,
No.
like at level 2, but as soon as you hit level 3, though.
Your
Metamagic.
skin turns a vibrant shade of blue. A
Uh-huh.
remove curse spell can end this effect. An eye appears on your forehead for the next minute. During that time, you have advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on sight. You literally open your third eye. That's
Damn it.
cool.
Damn it. I forgot about that.
What?
I'd actually given him the option to like roll 3 D100s, and whichever effect, like one of the 3 effects that he rolled would be active when he met y'all, and I just forgot about it. I'm sorry.
Was that the one where he cast grease on himself?
There was one where someone within 30 feet of him becomes poisoned. There was one that was the third eye, and I don't remember what the other one was. It was like
I'm back. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, work. I'm sorry. I'm trying to have a slop of a job.
Well,
yeah, you fucking slop. God.
Yeah.
The good news is you rolled really high on initiative. I rolled it for you just in case it would allow us to progress a little bit into combat until you got done.
Okay.
But, yeah,
Pretty much. You go first. Hey.
Yep. Yeah. So up ahead of y'all to the left, there was some noise that sounded like voices, and you would have noticed some kobolds hiding out in the bush. And behind them, you heard another voice that sounded distinctly different from kobolds.
Oh god, what is that thing? So what is this I'm looking at on the side? Creepy happy sun?
I mean, it's the same sun that was there the last time.
I didn't even notice that. So what is in terms of what's the space value of each of these tiles?
5 feet.
5 feet, huh?
Mhm.
Hold on. Got green gun. Okay, so where am I? How far can I move, actually?
30 feet. Actually, technically, you're on horseback right now, so you have a speed of 60 feet while you're mounted. I think there's some complications involved in horseback combat, though.
How do I move? I'm actually new to that.
Click your character, or double click, and then just move it. Or you can click it and then use the arrow key.
Okay. So I can move 60 feet?
You can move 60 feet because you're on horseback. I didn't even factor that into this, but that's okay.
That's the most I can move, right? Does it matter which direction?
No. Diagonal also counts as 5 feet, so
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll move here and 1, 2, 3. What was that? 1, 2, 3, 15 feet, and I will cast. I'm gonna cast Magic Missile.
Okay.
It's also one of the spells paired.
All right, let's see. Okay, 3 glowing darts. Oh wow. Okay. All right. Do you want the? What all are you targeting? Are you targeting one specific? Sorry? Oh.
I'm gonna target the two that are in front of me and the one to the right side of the one in the back of the two. The
If you're
Okay.
looking at the menu on the top left where you've got the little arrow, little paintbrush, if you go to the third one down, it's the measuring tool. You can use it to basically create arrows that look like this to show exactly what you're pointing at to other people.
Okay. Wait,
Yeah, it's the one that looks like a circle with a ruler on it. Fourth one down.
Oh, okay. Snap. Show to others. This one? There we go.
Yeah, then you click somewhere and just drag, and it does that little arrow.
Okay. This one, this one. These three right here?
Those 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no rolls involved in terms of hitting, so 1d4 plus 1 damage to each of the targets. So
What was it? /D4?
yeah, or if you'd like to, you can actually come over to the menu thing on the left. There's the little die thing, and you can you can just click the D4 and it'll actually allow you to, oh, well, okay, you got max damage on that. So they take 5 damage each.
Don't you roll each damage dice individually for that? Or am I mistaken?
Yeah, but I mean, we can.
Okay, no, I mean, if you want to do it a different way, I'm just...
Yeah, I'm just thinking for this multiple
Time's sake.
targets. Yeah, for multiple targets and simplicity's sake, just do that. Especially since it's something that's just hit everything and just be done with it, and there's no other rolls. Just make it a simple spell. It's a simple spell to be used. May as well. Is my opinion. Oh, they're dead.
He's already killed 3 of them. Fucking proud of you, buddy.
Hey,
You already killed 3 of them. By the time my turn comes up, they'll all be dead.
Unless I wild magic them all back to...
Don't you fucking dare. Well, I'd like to be able to cleave something in twain, but, you know.
Oh, they're all dead. Yay.
Oh, they're all dead. Kobolds,
Okay.
by the way.
No, they did that.
I was expecting them to have at least a little more HP than that.
Welcome to 5e, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently. Okay. I'm too used to scaling monsters down when I was DMing for 4th edition.
God. Alright.
Stuff was a little harder.
Okay. All right, so that's where we are. Do you have anything else you want to do? Do you want to move some more? Do you have any, or are you just good?
I'll move there. All right, I'm done.
Okay. All right, so he roams a horse around, just knocks over 3 goblins. The last one's just like, ah! Speaking of, it's his turn. He's actually a little bit pissed at what you've done to his buddies. So, he's going to be rushing you, and he's going to the wrong tab. He's going to take a stab at your leg with a dagger.
That's fine. I don't have blood. I feel no pain. How much does that take out of me?
Oh my god. Nothing. He ends up, instead of stabbing you, he stabs your stirrup. The knife gets caught in it, and he spends the rest of his turn wrestling with it.
Was there a roll for that?
That would be a natural. That's a natural 1 on his part. That's what.
Oh, God.
Because if he did any damage, he would be asking for a, what was it, Constitution?
I mean, there's any number of things I could do, but no, he's got his daggers like caught in the stirrup, and he's just like.
Well, no, I mean for damage, it would be a Constitution roll.
Oh, no, he doesn't do anything in regards to damage. He just would have taken 4 piercing damage.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it for the kobold's turn. That brings us to Oliver.
Uh-oh.
There's.
I need healing. My spirit was hurt. Play me a song of your people.
Actually, I'm not 100% sure.
Am I able to resurrect the horse if it dies?
If you have a spell that can do that, then yes, but I don't think there's a first level spell that will do that.
God, green gun, damn it.
Could reincarnate it to a fucking griffin.
I want that.
Mounted combat. Let's see under combat. Okay.
That sun is bothering me.
It's a yes. You basically choose where the center of it is. Like for example, if this particular spot were to be targeted as the center of it, then the cube would include Oliver, Azrael, and Olbert, but not the kobold and not Margaret. If it unless it has any kind of specification, like if it says target creature or something like that, or if it says yes, then it will affect them.
What is this, Final Fantasy 15?
Apparently.
Oh, good. By the way, most of my team's death in Final Fantasy 15 was caused by me indiscriminately using a high tier magic on me.
Nice.
That sounds about right.
I'm pretty sure there are some complications on that. I'm working on finding out about that right now.
Give him a good old whapping.
I was not expecting horses.
A whap goblin.
Also,
okay.
Since I'm on the horse with you, wherever you go, keep in mind I'm going to be right behind you.
Yeah, if you move the horse. Okay, it is 5 feet to wait a minute. Once during a move, you can mount a creature that is within 5 feet of you or dismount. Doing so costs an amount of movement equal to half your speed. Okay. So since you're human, you have speed of 30, so you would have 15 feet of movement if you dismount the horse. Mhm.
Go on.
Sure.
Give him a good old whapping.
Shit.
Two piercing.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's 1d8 plus 2, and the damage is piercing. So.
You rolled the wrong one. It's supposed
Yeah.
to be a D8, not a D6.
Yeah. Do you have attack card? Okay. You need to roll the attack roll first. Do you? Let me see. Okay. What you want to do is go to your character sheet, and towards the middle of your character sheet, there's going to be like current hit points, temporary hit points. It'll be your hit dice and death saves. Then right below that, you'll see where it says rapier and +4 and 1d8 plus 2 pierce. You want to click that. Okay, 18 is easily high enough to hit. So now if you click in the chat box where it says rapier, just click where it's the name. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything you would like to do in order for your coup de grace after having watched 3 kobolds probably just have their heads explode?
I will use burning hands on you.
Oh, so that's just like after you've stabbed it? Oh, okay. So you just stab it, presumably in the side of the neck or something, and it gives up on getting its dagger back and falls limp off of your sword. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Delete. 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 Because apparently this guy's on his own now. Yeah. Hmm? Oh, you did get off the horse? Oh, yeah, he did say he was getting off the horse, so he didn't bring you with him.
What is this guy's range? I'm worried now.
Well, his range is shit, and he's going to use a dash action and just.
Oh god! What? Did he leave?
Yeah, he's gonna be Oh wait, no, he can't.
God green, god damn it! We let one get away. I blame the bard.
I mean, you can give chase if you want to, but yeah, he is at the very least attempting to get away. Yeah, he's going to be cutting this way and attempting to find himself a hiding spot in the trees, looking for places that are too thick for horses to go through.
Quick, leader, throw our bard at him. He's light enough.
It's not my turn.
God green, god damn it!
It's
pick up Oliver and just toss him. Why is Margaret all the way at the back?
It's still her turn.
Oh no!
It's initiative. I'm dead last.
Let's see. Okay. 95. Okay. Yeah, he's going to take off. He gets 120 feet in 125 feet in between himself and everyone else. And that's everything he's doing with his turn. He's bolting for the trees. He did not come equipped enough, it seems, in conjunction with stealth incompetence. So yeah, that brings us to Margaret's turn. If she would like to try to direct the horse or get off of said horse and find a way to pursue or lob a spell. I don't know. What you doing?
Yeah, so Margaret's going to grab up the reins and ride to about here where there's a bit of a clearing. Look out and see if she can basically still see the guy.
Well, he's in a hell of a rush, so it would not be difficult to spot him still. You would see him like trying to tear his way through bushes and trees and stuff. So he's still within vision.
Okay. Then to hell with it. Let's try a little. So holding up her spell focus in which actually what was her spell focus? Hold on. Oh, okay. So holding up her right hand, which has the quarterstaff in it still. The rosary around her wrist glows like a soft blue color, as approximately where she thinks this dude is. A skeletal hand reaches up from the ground, maybe.
Maybe.
With a 17, I'm guessing that's a yes.
I still can't see your rolls for some reason. But yeah, 17 would definitely be good enough to hit his AC.
Did you see either of those?
No.
No.
Okay, hold on. Let me. Okay, let's try this again. Did you see
Okay.
that?
I can see that.
Okay.
Okay.
That's less damage, but I'm fine with that.
Okay, so he's kind of flinches, and like looks over his shoulder, but keeps trying to get away.
If only that actually held him in place or did anything more than that.
Yeah.
Does stay clung on to him though.
Yup, for now.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all Margaret's doing.
Yay, it's my turn. When everything's dead and one dipshit's running. Woo! Go team!
I'm sorry, I completely misjudged how things would go.
Yay!
Oh,
Suddenly,
I knew it.
ambush!
Oh boy. Here. Oh, I've got nothing. So I'm just gonna go.
I mean, technically, you have one thing you can do. It'd be really funny if it worked out.
Give me an idea.
Look at your weapon attacks.
Oh yeah. All right. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do it.
Oh boy.
I'm going to go. Let's see here. Dude.
What is the sun doing?
I'm gonna go right about here, and I'm going to aim my crossbow at the bowman and try to hit.
Will it reach?
I'm gonna do it.
All right.
Just
see
see if I could graze the fucker.
Actually, wait. Where did you start? Was it like right here? Was
I
it
started
this-
about. No. Started about here. Because then Higgs was right next to me, and then Oliver and Margaret were to the right of him.
Okay. His distance is relative in regards to the map at this point. He is actually further away than he appears. I'm running out of map. So we'll just kind of keep track of distance at this point, I think. So I assume that you would just give pursuit with the 60 feet movement of your horse. Which is a little further than you would put. Okay, and so yeah. Take your shot. I believe it's within range.
I'ma do it.
Okay.
Oh
All
boy.
right.
Yeah. Okay. You take the shot and it kind of just like hits the trunk of a tree relatively close to him and just like the bolt kind
Woo!
of bounces off the tree.
What the hell?
I did it.
Oh, this
I
is our
did it.
this is our leader.
He has 8 dexterity.
I have 8 dexterity, dude. I'm not good with fucking firing weapons, okay?
What? Why do you have that then?
Because I need some sort of ranged attack.
Oh god.
I mean, there are spells, but spells cost things. But anyway,
And as a melee, you kind of don't have any of those right now.
Hmm.
all right. Higgs, would you like to give chase?
How many times can I use that spell?
You have used one of your spell slots by using it. If I remember right, you have 3, I'm pretty sure. So you can use it twice more for the course of the day. Yeah, 3 first level spell slots.
Oops, didn't mean to move from there. There we go.
God damn it.
Where is he? Where is this guy? Why is there a weird tree there? Name.
Just,
1, 2.
he's pretty much where the tree is, but further distance.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can hit him. God forbid I can't. I mean, Dimes wanted it.
I mean, I was just saying that it's something you can do.
You know, I was hoping I could get in there, just go fucking balls deep, arms of a dar, just fucking wreck shit, you know? Fucking Higgs goes in, and it's just, magic missile, magic missile, magic missile. 3 of them had their heads blown off in the first fucking turn.
Yeah,
Oliver comes around, does some stupid fucking anime shit with his rapier, and then slices the other one to ribbons.
At least Margaret's
And
now starting to understand why you would tag along with the Chuck.
just
Okay.
because I'm inept with a bow doesn't mean I'm bad.
Okay,
Stop bullying me.
Alright,
Does that multiply by 3, or
It
is it just 1? Okay. So
Yes.
basically, that's a 9 then.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so he takes that and he's like very clearly unhappy about it at this point. He's
How much health does this dude have?
I mean, more than the kobolds. Y'all haven't done a ton of damage to him yet. He's only been hit by 2 things, and one of them did
Okay,
1.
but that doesn't answer the question.
I am aware.
How much
Why
the
aren't
fuck
you
is
a
this guy
fucking
made of? How much health does this guy have? Oh boy.
All right, so I assume that's your turn.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. That brings us to Ollie then.
Yay!
He is currently stumbling through the trees, and he's hurt. He's like kind of bleeding from that last flurry of hits that he took.
Oh, he's hurting.
So what would you like to do, Mr. Bodman?
Sounds like a dumb superhero.
God, green, goddamn it.
Okay, bye, Higgs. 30 feet, because you are no longer horseback.
If you have a bow, you could probably hit him. Maybe.
Yeah.
Imagine a bard not having a bow. God.
I tried to tell him it'd be okay, but he was like, I don't want limited ammo. I'm like, okay.
Dimes even said at the start, he's not. Nobody gives a shit about ammo.
But it's fine. It's fine. I don't know. It was one of the things that you voiced on it anyway. But you didn't want a bow, and that's okay.
Just throw a bow at him.
Just throw it like a boomerang.
Just have your ammo primarily of bows. Just fucking toss those sons of bitches. They would probably do a lot of damage, but holy shit, would they be annoying?
He just
You have an
fire
arrow.
a bow at us?
Just fire. No, not even throw them. That's even better. Just fucking fire bow.
A bow firing crossbow?
Let's see.
They're firing at us, sir! With what? Bows! Oh, fuck, we're doomed.
What was that, Nate? You could dash to get double distance. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Thunderwave? Okay. Okay.
Bowman's turn.
Yeah, gasping and just struggling his way through. He is going to make his way further into the trees, moving as quickly as he can.
Please trip over something so I can maul your face. Please.
No, he manages to make his way through pretty well. I even gave you the roll. I was like, okay, he can do acrobatics. It can be an acrobatics thing, and maybe it goes badly, but no. I'm sorry. I'll find another time. I'll find a time where there's like 15 kobolds, and you can just jump into the middle of them and just arms all of them. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, he is going to make his way into the woods there. Yeah, he's in terms of immediately, he is out of sight. And yeah, we'll be going from there if y'all want to, or if you would like to get back to your travels. But he's running the hell away as quickly as he can.
Is that his turn?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, at this point for Margaret's turn, she's going to take the horse, ride it over here, all casually like, and say, well, I mean, you guys can keep chasing him, but there's a gesture that we probably need to be doing something about, but I don't fucking care. Let's go after him. Let's kill him. Whatever.
Is that your turn?
Yes, that's my turn.
Okay. Azriel, would you like to be the group leader and decide what to do with this guy or not to do with this guy?
Can you give me like an actual diss on how much he's gained from here?
He did move another 60 feet into the trees. So from your current distance, he'd probably be like he'd probably be a good 120 feet or so. But after a certain point, it is into like thick woods and such. So in order to give chase with any real meaningful success,
you'd have to lose.
Yeah, you'd have to dismount.
There's no point. We might as well just get with our travels. Fuck him. He'll die out there anyway. So, being the team leader. 60, just enough to go back onto the road.
Okay, Higgs muted again.
And that's my turn.
Okay.
Fucking dexterity.
I'm sorry.
Why do you keep saying sorry like it's your fault? I on dexterity. I can't even shoot a bow, for God's sake.
I mean, you didn't roll poorly on dexterity. You chose for dexterity to be your dump
You
stat.
shush. Because I wanted more charisma, damn it.
And I mean, I don't blame you. You wanted more charisma and more constitution and more everything except dexterity.
I want to hit people hard, look good, and convince people I'm actually not a bad guy. While still sort of looking. Can you blame me?
Not really, no.
Shut up, Oliver.
Well, Margaret's voiced her apathetic opinion. Ollie, would you be of the mindset to follow suit and join him over on the road when your turn comes around? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm back. What did we decide?
We're deciding to just fuck him. He'll die out in the woods if he doesn't bleed to death. Maybe we'll run into him again, and then maybe this time we'll fucking murder his face. But we're leaving him. If he dies out in the forest, fine. We're going back on our travel.
And it's at that moment the party realized that they just let the big bad get away.
Oh well.
Okay. Feels safe to assume that Higgs is going to give in to peer pressure at the very least. So, yeah, y'all continue on your journeys. Largely unimpeded. I'm actually kind of sad that worked out that way, but that's okay. There'll be other opportunities to do similar things.
Yeah, also never be afraid to just DM it and be like, you know what? I'm aware that kills it in the book, but fuck it. It's still alive. It's still kicking.
Well, it doesn't necessarily kill it. I mean, I actually have a very good idea of what would happen to him, and so I'm figuring out what to do with that from there. So we'll see.
Throwing ideas out there.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to tell you how to.
Oh no, I know, and I honestly like any amount of feedback is 100% welcome. Suggestions, thoughts, whatever the hell you got, please. Nate, are you satisfied with your drawings? Can I kill them or? Okay. All right. So yeah, about the time that he would have shown up, that group would have shown up, it would have been pushing dark. And so after the fight, you would have like the tail end of sunset, and not so a little bit more riding in the dark. Does anybody have lanterns or hooded lanterns or anything like that?
Me, I might.
Do what?
I have a torch.
Candles are going to be a little bit light on this. Torch would be pretty all right, especially since I assume that you would be at least towards the front of the group.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, at some point as we were walking along, Margaret would grab like a small stone off the ground and.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's just a thing you have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, that would give you all a decent amount of light. Does ASMR have dark vision?
Yes, they do. At least I'm fairly certain they do. Let me double check. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, the only people in your group that have dark vision currently are one person who is producing light from a rock and one person who is a dead wizard. So yeah, we have a torch at the front and a light rock. Aside from that, let's see. Yeah, go ahead. So yeah, I guess we can't just muscle Higgs into a position, but I don't know. I'm strategizing for you guys, and I need to stop. Okay. Anyway, so y'all have ways to produce light. So you can see at the very least a distance around you on your travels towards Keurig. Once you get there, it would be quite late. Would you be interested in attempting to find a place to rest for the evening, to set up camp outside the city? What would you like to do? Or do you just want to like say fuck it and we'll just get exhaustion?
Let's
There's a thing entertainer can do, which I believe was your background. Yeah. Yeah, so that would be your entertainer feature, so you would be able to put forth your confidence in your ability to acquire lodgings. If you wanted.
Margaret, if asked, would just kind of shrug and say, "Wouldn't be the first time I've slept out, basically just under the stars."
If you
Or
can
on a
get it to be
bench.
cheap, sure, let's get some lodging. Otherwise, we set up camp outside of Keurig.
Okay.
Let's go find an inn. Pretty much.
Yeah, that would probably be in pretty close to the edge of the city. It's a bit of a seedy place. Given reputation surrounding the area, though, that's not too terribly surprising. Even with the late hour, it would probably still be some amount of bustling, even if it is mostly with shady figures. They don't seem entirely unpleasant, though. Like, they don't look like people who just are incapable of having a good time, at the least. So when you approach the innkeeper, you would be able to offer your services for entertaining for the evening. Fortunately, he is. It is an inn that expects to have visitors late into the night, and so he's like, "Yeah, sure, that's fine." He's willing to offer lodgings in exchange for services. I don't want to listen. Shut up, Nat.
What?
Oh, hi, Mom.
What?
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 Oh
What?
god. Oh my god, Marco's just like, what? Mom?
Mom.
What?
Nate?
Oh my god. What did I come back to?
You came back to everybody figuring out what to do for lodgings. The guy ended up escaping into the woods. I didn't know how long you were going to be, and everybody else was just like, "Yeah, fuck it, let's go."
Is that a bad thing that he got away?
Not
We'll
necessarily.
just find out next time on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, basically.
Because the only person that be able to hit him was gone, and by the time we'd be able to catch up to him, he just gained more distance.
Hey, I
Because
have
he was practically so far in the forest that we'd have to get off the horse.
Huh.
And we only have like 30 feet to go. So
Yeah. But yeah, so y'all Oliver was offering his entertainment services as a way to provide lodgings for the evening.
No. No. We're gonna lose our lodging.
All right, strummity strum.
Yeah.
Can you roll for that?
I was actually about to ask him to give me a performance check and see if, like, I'm going to, because of his background feature, I'm going to give you all the lodgings regardless. It's just a matter of how well he does and seeing if he gets
Pretty
like
much just a
tips and
roleplay
such.
thing.
Yeah. What performances?
It should just be on the character sheet with the.
Oh, you didn't listen. It would be like you probably would have put it under features and traits on the first page. At the very least, I was assuming that you went. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Ouch.
So you offer a passable performance. You don't really get too much of a strong impression from the crowd. They seem to just kind of go along with what they're doing. Yeah, as much as you'd like to put your heart into it, it's just not there.
Such a sad strum.
Wang.
Twang, twang.
Don't make it worse, Dimes. Sorry, brings it to me. Go on.
I think the one thing that I am gonna say is that partway through your performance for the evening, somebody who's looking almost frustrated ends up coming up and makes a request of you to play a particular song. At the very least, just for that one particular song, I think I am going to call for another performance check just to see how it goes.
Please don't fail this.
I mean, I'm not.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Nice.
There's you probably like during over the course of that particular song, it happened to be one that you were pretty familiar with, and so you were kind of able to call on at least something of it from heart. And while it wasn't an extraordinary performance, no, but there was a little bit more relaxation throughout the room for the course of that song. And then you kind of went back to floundering a little bit. So y'all are able to stay for the evening. Lodgings are not great. But it is
not
lodgings.
great.
Someone shit in the bed.
God damn it.
Cleanliness of the sheets is a little inconsistent. It would be the kind of place where if you're looking for them, rodents would not be too hard to find.
Yay.
Yeah, there's a few loose planks here and there, but it is all in all a place that is still a solid foundation. Like you're not going to get rained on in the middle of the night. So it's not awful, but it's also not getting 5-star reviews from anyone. Let's see. Let's see. That would probably be. Yeah, it said that was like going to be pushing midnight for that, especially after offering entertainment. So going to bed close to midnight, perhaps a little after. About how early do you guys think that you would end up waking up? Or since we're actually doing a long rest here, should we just call it here? How do you guys feel?
I'm good either way. Margaret, though, would probably not wake up unless somebody actually physically woke her up.
So I believe this would be where we call it
Okay.
pretty much long rest, 8 hours.
Okay. So
Let's
y'all.
say.
All right. Yeah, get a good 8 hours. Get a good fresh start on the morrow. Okay.
So we can now. Okay, so let's just select the spells.
Yep. Yeah. When you after waking up, you're able to reorient yourself with the spells that you have prepared for the day. You get your slots back, so you have 3 of them at your disposal again.
And
Was
your
it
fear.
5 spells?
Hmm?
Was it 5 spells? I can't remember.
I think so. How many red dots do you have on your?
I think it was 5. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Wish I could do that, but as a sorcerer, I only get to change my shit.
I mean, so does Bard. So Higgs is the special one in this case in terms
I use souls.
Yes, you do. Oh God, Oh wait, actually, that in mind, would you have taken time to collect another soul?
Yes. I
Yes.
completely forgot about that.
Yeah. So y'all would have hung back after the encounter, and he would have gathered himself a kobold soul, because I believe you can do that.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
it just can't be too big. So y'all get to see him lodge his sword into the corpse of a kobold and start.
All right.
Do the other 3 have to roll for a sanity check?
No, no.
Sneak party trick. Can you do that to a keg?
Probably.
All right.
If only I had that human.
Is it also safe to assume that Margaret would just not give a shit about sharing a room with 3 guys?
Yeah, I couldn't care less.
Nah, I figured.
I call the dark corner.
They're
There
all
are
dark
4
corners.
dark corners.
They're
Careful,
all
you might catch
mine.
yourself on that edge.
Whoa! Oh,
Damn.
I had the name Edgy McDarkenstein.
Damn.
Yep, we have Edgy McDarkenstein, Wings McKenzie, Lutely Taylor, and Dark Hand. Or Dead Hand, that's what it was. I'm sorry.
Oh God.
All right. Hooray, session.
Woo!
Yeah, I had
First
fun
bit
with
of
it.
combat. Wasn't actually that bad.
Yeah.
And I got so fucking plastered that I fell flat on the floor.
You did.
I'm helping.
Okay, Jarvan. You shut up.
Oh, speaking of,
I killed 3
when you wake up the following morning, by the way, Azrael, you would actually end up still feeling a little bit of the buzz lingering from the orc's butter.
God damn.
Gotta love me some orcs butter.
Also, I don't really keep track of experience. Instead, you level when I tell you level, basically. It's a very relative thing for me, and I also give levels semi-frequently, so expect to probably be level 4, 5, or 6 by the end of the campaign. Just because I like giving people new toys.
Yeah,
otherwise it would be a lot of combat, and that would be fun.
Basic. What was that, Cody?
I was just saying, yeah, I'm a big fan of keystone leveling versus just some experience. You'll level. You'll kill them more the thing.
Yeah.
You would literally, Dimes would literally have to throw like 20 kobolds at us.
I wonder how many kobolds it actually takes to level. I don't feel like looking it
I
up.
don't want to know.
No,
I mean,
let's do
I
it.
don't want to know.
it's pretty
Let's do
irrelevant.
all the kobolds. Let's do all the kobolds. We'll level up.
God, it's just like World of Warcraft Classic all over again.
Yee.
All right, so let's do Bard 5e.
Why is base performance roll so low?
I don't know. Like, he's got a great bonus on it. Freaking +5 on it. And so far, he's rolled a 6, 9, and a 10.
Sometimes the dice just hate you.
The dice are not up to par tonight.
Okay, but this doesn't tell me how much experience I need to each level. That would be
You want to in the player's handbook, there's actually a part about like making the characters. If you can figure out where if you go to the player's handbook, use the index to find any information about ability scores. The earliest one will probably bring you really close to the experience table.
Hmm.
okay. Here we go. The handbook.
Hmm.
Okay. Arc, Divine, and Martial Heroes. Then you just gotta wait for the PDF to completely load, and then I can actually give you guys an answer.
Oh man. You don't have to wait books. You don't have to wait for books to load. They don't have to become books. They simply are books.
Creating a Warlord. I think I'm at the right page.
If it's talking about making a character, then yeah, you're in the right section.
Oh no, it's just telling me what each of them do. Oh no, yeah, creating a Warlock. Okay.
I'd like to play a Battlemaster fighter at some point. They're neat.